It's Jasmine Nicole. Welcome and welcome back to Weight with Jazz, a safe space to discuss all things weight related and a little bit of my life too. So, we already know there is an obesity epidemic. But what we are discovering now that there seems to be a rise in morbidly obese rappers. And this is concerning because it's sending like mixed, unhealthy fat acceptance messages to our youthful society, to the youth. And an even more poor message to the person holding all the weight who really does need help. So this is not in any way, shape, or form to fat shame these individuals who are going to be discussed, but just to shed light and awareness of where we have come as a society of fat acceptance for entertainment purposes or whatnot. So let's get into it. Detroit rapper Dank DeMoss, known to be heavy on the mic, heard her stuff. It's all right. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? It has a crowd, meaning it has a market, it has a demographic, it has the buzz. So I can see it definitely pushing numbers. Probably not nothing I preferably, would tap into, but she definitely could catch the vibes. She is about, from the information I looked up, she's about 489 pounds. Okay, if people want to round that off, but I'm just going off of the information I looked up for DeMoss. Now, a situation arose. She was trying to get a lift to go somewhere. She did successfully order the lift. The lift did show up. The lift did deny service to her because of her weight. It was a little back and forth going. The Lyft driver tried to suggest that she, order an XL. They cancel the ride. She won't be charged. Order an XL service, which would be better equipped, in his opinion, to service her. And she was more so on the note of arguing that, she can fit in his smaller vehicle, more like a sedan. And she hasn't had any issues before getting into very small cars. Mentioning other people's vehicles, higher priced luxury vehicles she's been in before, and this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, the argument didn't go far because she still did not sustain a ride in his vehicle. He denied her. She felt discriminated based on that, based on her weight, yeah, that being the reason. And she alleged that he does not give rides to people who are overweight, which is a question she did ask him on camera. And this essentially hurt her feelings, understandably. But then at the same time, I gotta, look at things from both sides, both parties. She's feeling like she's a victim, and we'll say the defendant is feeling justified. based off of his rights. He's a private driver. It's his vehicle. It's contracted through Lyft to provide the service. He denied her because of her weight. The massive size of her weight is what I'm assuming, because she is almost 500 pounds. And he had concern with his suspense on his vehicle, and just also a number of liability concerns. Is she able to fit into the seatbelt? If something was to occur in the vehicle, he's the driver under Lyft, he will be liable, and so will Lyft be liable as far as her safety, and that'd be a major lawsuit. So there's a number of factors to consider here without assuming that this was like a fat bashing, denying situation. I don't think it was that. He did not disrespect her in any way. He was trying to offer her solutions. But she, didn't take it well. It still, was a pride adjuster, and in my opinion, a wake up call. Maybe it's a wake up call for her. At what point will you take advantage of getting your health in line, losing a certain amount of weight so that you can feel more comfortable in spaces, so that there aren't any situations like this? I mean, do we put all blame on him? We don't know if this is going to completely be a solid case, but it is a case because it has to do with discrimination. At the end of the day, it is. Um, Whether or not it falls in the favor of DeMoss or Lyft, you know, there are grounds for a stipulated base on rights. I'm like, how did we get here? I feel like this is a form of glorifying fat acceptance. I'm all for accepting and loving your body as it is, but I'm also for, the promotion of health and wellness. And if your condition is causing so many negative factors in your life, psychologically and physically, I would think the best decision would be to change your life, to lose the weight. And I will hope, as talented as she is, you know, the fame and fortune she comes in with would encourage her or influence her, to lose some weight. Or maybe she would just continue to, ride on that image of being a fat rapper. That seems to be the running trend now. Going on to the next fat rapper, or excuse me, morbidly obese rapper, Dave Blunts. Dave Blunts with the oxygen tank. Dave Blunts got bars for days. Now, he gonna have albums sold regardless. I just, it's an it for him. He has the flow, but how long is he gonna flow? He's flowing through an oxygen tank. And yes, that's a major aesthetic too. That pulls more people in, and the heightness, and makes him more of a figure, and all of that, adding to his image. That's his thing. But it's really more than an image. It is him. It's real life. He really barely can breathe. He can breathe enough to spit bars for a session, a performance on stage or whatnot. But even then, he starts to, have some challenges. And I'm like, people are praising this. Yes, they praising the skill, But like, I don't know. Is he getting respect for being unhealthy like that? I think Snoop Dogg even made a comment, think through one of the social media platforms or something to him, directly to him. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much encourage him to like, man, get it together. Like, you know what I'm saying? You definitely talented. Get it together, but don't ride your talent on this um obesity image that looks like is could possibly go down a different route, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, what are we doing here as society? Glorifying being completely unhealthy, like glorifying morbid obesity. I mean, now you have the GLP-1 medications, whether semaglutide or tirzepatide, Zepbound, Manjaro, Ozempic, or Wegovy, Saxenda, Victoza, or Trulicity, whatever your situation is, whatever you can get written off label, weight management drugs that can definitely bring that weight down to an extent. So I don't understand, why are we moving in favor of being fat if there are really viable options out here now to make it easier to not be fat. I don't, you know, it's what I'm thinking. I don't understand. Granted, some people, yes, want to remain large, unhealthily large, but that's like the few. Most of society want to be at a healthy weight within their, within their comfort, within their preference. Everybody doesn't have to walk around super slim or stick or whatever. You know what I'm saying? No, but within a comfortable, healthy weight in which they can move around, they have strength, they have energy, you know what I'm saying? And they have good feelings of moods. I, is it just me? Is it just me? Like, I'm really disappointed. Like, homegirl, so pretty. She's so pretty. She fly. She cute. She seemed like she bow legged a little bit when she walked, even with all that weight on her. So even if she dropped a lot of that weight, I could see her shape already coming through. So I'm just like, help a Lord. But in regard to the case, it may be a settlement. It may be a settlement because I think there is a statute in Michigan in regard to the discrimination of a person's weight. So those two attorneys, I'm not gonna make any comment on them. Okay, I'm not gonna make any comment. No comment. May have something, but it depends on Lyft's bite back, their legal team's bite back. What statutes can they pull up? What? Because I mean, is this unprecedented? Like, or will this case end up being thrown out or a settlement? I think, of course, the aim initially is a settlement in this case, not just justice. Of course, you receive justice, but justice in combination with monetary gain. What do we got going on here? And this is what this is what our youth is looking at. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm done, y'all. I'm going to see you in the next video. Be real.